This is Jackie with thecuttingedgeculture.com. I'm here with Shane Told of Silverstein, about to take the stage in a few hours for the Take Action tour. And also tomorrow, your new album called Rescue is hitting stores. Can you give us a little bit behind the meaning of the album's name, Rescue?
Yeah, sure. Let's just kick it off with the hard questions right off the bat.
Let's start. We'll end easy.
Yeah, no, I'm doing fine, by the way. The record is a cool record. We're stoked on it, and I think this record was a lot different from our last record, because our last record was this crazy concept album, which I wrote a story, and we put all the songs together, and there were like chapters, and this record was written in a lot more of a straightforward manner over a lot longer period of time. So it was different. We wrote a few songs, we went on tour, we kind of revisited the songs and went back. So it was hard to name the record, harder than when you have, I look at it like a collection of short stories. This album, whereas the last record was more like a novel. So it's obviously harder to name a collection of short stories when you have all these little bits and pieces. So we kind of looked deep into the record and thought about what the overall message was, and we figured that, I figured that the overall meaning of the record was it was about hope, and it was about progression and trying to be a better person and get to a better place in your life, regardless of who you are and where you are in your life. And we felt that Rescue was kind of the best title, an uplifting title that had a lot of meaning. And I think on a daily basis we're trying to rescue ourselves, bring ourselves from a negative place to a more positive place, or helping other people with rescue, and even sometimes rescuing people through our music.
And the first single is called Intervention, correct?
Nope. Incorrect.
I'm sorry.
Incorrect.
We'll try that again.
Well, you know what? The whole single thing is kind of fucked, because the band we're not like a band where we go to radio, and then if radio does great, we sell these records and we're huge, and if radio doesn't go great, the record's a flop. That's not our band. So a single is kind of irrelevant. So this time around we didn't really do it that way. We did a video for Sacrifice. People always say, oh, if you make a video it's a single, which isn't really true. We did a video for Sacrifice, which we did ourselves. Threw that up. It's just about us being on tour. Then we did another video for a song called The Artist, which I guess you could say is a single, but it's not the kind of song you'd have on the radio. So, and now we have a song that is doing some stuff at radio, and it's called Burning Hearts, and we made a video for it. So it's hard to say what our official first single is, but all three of those are kind of out right now.
I haven't got a chance to listen to the whole album too much. I've listened to it twice straight through, so for me, in order to ask more in-depth questions, I need to listen to it.
Oh, it's okay.
A lot more. Do you feel comfortable talking about the inspiration behind In Memory of?
Yeah, that's cool. It's obviously a very personal song for me. It's about my cousin passing away in 2006, which actually, it's funny because I found out about it when I was here in Baltimore, actually, and playing at Sonar. So being here in the city is always kind of a bit of a weird feeling every time we've been here since. So yeah, the song I've wanted to write it for a long time. I've wanted to get the words out and get the paper, get it down on paper, but I just never really was able to. And I failed so many times. I tried to write on every record and I failed, and this time I started and I just kind of took it from a bit of a different place and thought about his memory and kind of if I was speaking to him about it, what I would kind of say, and that's the approach I took, and I was happy with it. I actually feel now a little bit of closure from it, and I think it helped me out, personally, which I guess which has kind of got me back to why I do write songs and why lyrics are important to me, and using sorry, I'm so stuttery. Using music as a creative outlet and as an outlet for your frustration and some of the pain you feel inside and getting it out. So
it's a really interesting thought. But like I said, I haven't listened to them too much so far. But I do like the wide variety in message as well as in pacing and just overall. I like that there's a wide variety. Some discs you get where it's all sort of one note.
Yeah, no, that's I agree, and absolutely it was important to us this time to make a dynamic record, where we had songs that really kicked your teeth out, and then other songs that you could kind of sit back and have to chill with. And to me, all my favorite records are like that, and I like a bit of diversity. And yeah, I know what you mean about the OneNote thing, and I know what you mean about the worst to me is like when every song, it sounds like 3 or 4 songs in a row are just like the same tempo or the same drum beat exactly.
Where you don't know if it's a continuation of the last song or if it was a pause or what's
exactly.
going on.
And that's one thing that we enjoy, you know, doing a lot of different kinds of things. So it's good for us.
We talked last time at the end of January when you were at Sonar, in fact, and you were just kind of talking about finishing the album, and we talked about Hopeless, and now you're on the Take Action tour. How do you stand out in memories of fans when you're on a roster of 5 or 6 acts?
You know, that's such a hard question to answer, and it's like, we don't try to stand out. We just try to play our songs and play them the best and be real about it. And I find, like, you know, with all the tours we've done and all the like trends we've seen come and go over the last, you know, 11 years, the bands that come out and want to upstage other bands or want to like do some gimmicky bullshit, those are the bands that end up 6 months down the road and no one cares. And I think the difference between, you know, good music and bad music is just the passion behind it. And if you're real about it and you believe what you're saying, you believe in what you're doing, and you sincerely do, then those are the bands that I think people are going to watch and latch onto, and people see through the bullshit, and you know, and that's the thing. So we don't worry about it. You know, we aren't going to change what we do because there's 5 or 6 other bands that are, you know, whatever, have deeper V's than we do. You know, like, it doesn't matter to me.
Are you going to be playing any new songs on this tour?
Yeah, we're playing. We're playing a bunch of songs from Rescue and a bunch from the EP, and yeah, just kind of a good mix of new and old.